Hello, everyone. How are you doing? This is Evangelist Josephine. I hope you're having a blessed Sunday so far, or whatever day of the week it is in the part of the world that you are located. It is always a pleasure for me to come through and just speak with you all. And I want to thank you for your subscription and your support to this ministry that God continued to use me for his glory. So I came out today because I want to share an exciting news with you. Today is May 31st and June 1st, we're entering the month of June, which is the 6th month of the year. I love the month of June, not just because it's summer. And by the way, where I am, we experience summer all year. Basically, I could say that. But I'm super excited because every June, the ministry that the Lord has called me to, specifically Leaders for Kingdom Building Ministry, or we call it LKB Ministry, our mission goal is to equip and empower young leaders for God's kingdom. So what we do is those that are already leading in their churches, in their communities, maybe there's ministry that God has also called you to do as a young leader. What the Lord has us do is we're connecting those leaders together so we can grow. They said when the leader gets better, everybody gets better, right? So there are a lot of people who are leading, ministries, organizations that God has called you to. And the goal is that you are equipped with the tools. You are empowered, because one of the things I have learned is that leadership can be a lonely role. When you are a leader, it can be a lonely place, right? Finding people to confide in, finding people who are trustworthy. Because if you are a leader, or you've been a leader for some time, you've experienced hurt, you've experienced discouragement, you've experienced disappointment, right? And so on and so forth. You've encountered difficult situation where you needed to make certain decisions, right? You've had so many things happen. And so it is good to have a group of other leaders that are going through similar things and to be able to relate to them. This is one of the areas that I see lacking, right? Because even when it comes to on a national level, when we don't have good leaders, the business struggle, the organization struggle, the church struggles, the ministry struggles. When leadership is bad, there's a continuous tension. And then what happens is that we don't grow, right? People are not growing. And then the organization is not growing, right? And also when we're not growing, we're dying. A lot of organizations have failed because of failed leadership, right? And I believe that the Lord has called me to this area, not because that I'm better, but also because he has taught me, right? And also through my career and educational journey, I've come to learn, organization leadership and organizational development. So by the grace of God, it is an honor to be able to impact and influence those that are leading to be better and to impact their churches, their community, their nations in excellence of what God wants us to do to be as godly leaders. With that being said, it's not just that we have a ministry that we all meet together and empower each other to do the work that we're called to do in different settings, but most importantly, every year we are called to host an annual Leaders Summit. So Leaders for Kingdom Building started off in 2009 as the Liberian Christian Youth. And so at that time I was in college. And so a lot of us were college students. And what we did was we gathered together to pray once a week. From then till now, we started to pray every Saturday. And throughout the years, God has been faithful. So it's been over 15 years that this ministry has been holding on strong by the grace of God. And so we started to have our conferences in 2010. And in 2011 and so forth. We've had it every year. We have not missed a year to gather. Okay. When we gather this year, we're having a leader summit. And the summit is going to take place in Arizona, in Phoenix, Arizona, to be specific. And the summit this year is June 25th to the 27th. So it's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Want to be part of the summit, you need to register. Okay, you can register on our website. We are a nonprofit 501c3 organization. You can register at www.lkbministry.org. And once you go on our page, go under events, and you should be able to find events details that will lead you to register for the summit. So it's a 3 days event. The first day, actually, we host. So if you want to attend the summit and you don't have anywhere to stay, because we are a nonprofit, we make the pricing very reasonable so that you can be comfortable, right? So if you desire to have lodging, we take care of your food, your stay, transportation as well. We have a location that everyone will stay at. And if you want that cost is the all-inclusive. And with everything, and that is $250. Okay, that is a very reasonable price. So yes, we're proud that we can offer that to you. If you just want to attend the workshops, the master classes, we have great speakers, right, that are ready to pour out their hearts. This year, I'm really excited about the speakers that we'll be sharing, because I know these are people who are rooted in their field. They are taught leaders in their field. They've studied these areas, and they are ready to equip us and empower us to end this year making great strides. One of the things I hate is to see people that been leading and they're still at the same level, because you can pray all the prayers you want to pray, but if you don't allow yourself access to knowledge that can help you to become better, you will not be going forward. That's what we need, to connect with like-minded leaders if we want to excel in the field that we're called to. So we have 8 speakers. You're going to hear from me. I'm going to be speaking. You're going to hear from one of my sisters. I admire this woman, Mrs. Karen Davis. She's a philanthropist. She has 2 books out. And then I have Mrs. Princess Wilson from Breaking Cycles. That's going to be speaking everything financial. We have the Financial Therapy Group that is located here in Arizona. Her name is Deja Lee, which is a young woman as well. We have a Bishop Eric Menta, a seasoned man of God who has been ministering for years. He founded the International Ministerial Council, which is the IMCA, that connects all of the ministers and ministries together in Arizona. And we have Dr. Steve Boley, who holds a PhD in industrial psychology, actually. So he's going to be speaking to us mental health as a leader. Mental health is number one. You got to think right if you're going to lead people. Don't lead them astray. And we have Minister Moses Goodrich. We also have Minister Sandrine Dusler. So we have a whole lineup. And your life is going to be changed if you are willing to receive and to also put it into practice. We're going to do things that are practical. So Friday and Saturday, you can expect that. On Saturday nights, we have our leaders ball. Guess what? We want to come together. We want to network. We want to connect with one another so that, you never know who has what you need, right? Who can help you get to the next level in whatsoever it is you're doing. So yeah, connect on that level, and we end. So I know we also have like a Friday night deliverance, praise and deliverance service, So that's in between. We're going to come and worship and praise, and there will be deliverance. So we love to see you at Leaders for Kingdom Building Annual Leadership Summit 2026. The theme for our summit is Arise, time to arise.